Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Destiny Enterprises again. It's much appreciated. Make sure you hit the like and share and subscribe buttons and all the other ones you need to be doing. Also check us out on our social media, eBay and Instagram, okay? Now, it's been quite busy for us, as I've said in a few previous videos. We've been hard at it, getting a lot of as much scrap ups, refurbs and strip down videos done as we can, because we've got a huge backlog load of stock there we're trying to work through. Tonight we're going to be doing this, a scrap down for this touchscreen. It's a point of sale computer, it's a point of sale PC IT8000. At least that's what I've got in the back here for the model number for it. We've checked it, we've got it donated in from our partners over at Go Opportunities in Brewery, but it's knackered, the screen's gone, it's all burnt out inside and several different capacitors are all popped and burnt out, so we're just going to strip it down for you guys. We'll get the components out of it, we'll depopulate the boards, get some components off that for gold and silver recovery, and then we'll put them in a pile for selling on for other people who do precious metal, palladium recovery and stuff like that, okay, and gold recovery. And we'll see what else we get out of it. We're actually hoping to get some good old DDR RAM out of it for a vintage laptop rebuild. So without any more delays, I'm just going to get cracked on with this, because we've also got about 40 monitors to go and scrap up tonight as well. So make sure you look out for that video on our listings as well. Okay? Right, first things first, let's get all these screws out and get this screen off. Right guys, I'm just going to start getting these outer screws off now. Some of them are in quite deep alcoves here, so the electric screwdriver just doesn't fit in, so I'm going to have to take them out manually. So while I get these out, what I'll do is I'll make sure Jamie from just now just gives it a little bit of a fast forward for you guys to when the screen comes off. Yeah, a little bit of time lapse as always. So I'll get these off and I'll be with you as soon as I get them out and we can look inside of it. Right guys, as you can see, that's all the screws out. Now I'm just going to pull this off and then try and recover some of these screws that's not came out. So hold on a second. There's a little bit of fall all over the place. Missing one screws going all over. Put them in the screw bin where they belong. Put them in the screw bin where they belong. There we go. Right, one cover off. You can see the mess of that inside. There you go, give that to my trusty assistant. Right guys, that's the cover off. As you see, lots of dust on it, lots of mess. I'm going to try next to go and take the casing off this base as well. So I want to get in there, really, if I can get this case off and get in there, get these screws out, get the base off, let me work on this on the monitor on its own, then hopefully not choke in the process. You can see the motherboard in there, it looks like a normal gigabyte computer motherboard, so there's very good chance. Can't recover the screen, we can recover the board and put it in a case and maybe sell it as a computer, sorry. It's been a long day guys, I can't get the word right. So I'm going to work on this next and then we'll see about getting the screen done. Right guys, as you've seen, that's the base off, hard drives, DVD writer, and we've got this USB 3 dock as well. There's one screw left here to get rid of, and get rid of that no metal. And that's it. Easy. Thank you. So we'll get that unclipped in just a moment. So this is what we're left with, the monitor, and I'll strip it down in just a second and show you all what we get in it. Steel casings. Okay, it's also got the touchscreen in front. Again, I can see the motherboard in there. It's got two 90mm fans and a really small fan in there. Molex connectors, SATA connectors. There's a lot here. I'm guessing that's coming from the power supply. It's just not wired up to anything. Speakers like you do in a TV. We've got an old R232 card in there. We've got this connectors here. Let's unscrew them, and I'll let you see them on. We've got a camera mount here. I'll let you see them close up. And then once I get this cable off, we'll go and start taking screws out and start stripping this down close up, and then we'll see what we get out of it. So yeah, it's just an old. It says here 35SB Posito plus 505. To me, it's just an R232 connector I used to get in the old DVRs for CCTV and stuff, which never really get used anymore. And then there's a VGA, DVI, HDMI, USBs. I'll flip it up so you can see it in the camera. I'll do that just now. Okay? Yeah, you can see it. Right guys, as you can see, we've got these two cards in here. We'll take them out in a minute. Power supplies in there, fans. We've got the fans down the side. You'll see underneath this, I'll take it off in a second. We've got two USBs, we've got the old PS adapter in there. DVI, VGA, HDMI, USB 3s, Ethernet, more USBs, and of course the good old jack plugs there. Two USB 2s here, and we've got another RJ11 socket in there as well. So definitely get some gold fingers, I imagine, of those. So that's good. We're looking at gold fingers right now. We're just ordering some acid up so we can start doing our videos on gold and silver recovery. So yeah, we're definitely looking for anything with gold fingers, definitely. Let's see what's else in the other guys. Let's see what board it is. When I get the board out, we'll ask Jamie to do a board check, get the specs of it, while we'll keep stripping it down so we can let it down. And we know the board's working, we tested it, it's just a screen and all the other components in the screen is knackered. And the cost of a new screen to refurbish this isn't worth it for us, is it? It's easier just to do a video and scrap it down. That's on hinges. That's quite nifty. Look at that. I like that. I don't know why I like that, but I like that. I like that. It's quite good. And there you go. You were looking for one of these RAM sticks for one of the old Optiplexes, weren't you, Jamie? So there you go. Happy Christmas. Come early. I know it's only January, but here you go. Let them see it in the camera. Very old BDR SD RAM. Yeah, good old SD RAM. So that's that hinge off. Careful, it's dusty as hell. I'm choking out already. Right guys, as you can see, hopefully the camera operator maybe will zoom in for you a little bit. Okay. But we've got obviously the slimline power pack there, we'll get that off in a minute. Plenty of connectors in it. So let's see if we can start unhooking some of these. Where am I going to start? I don't know where I'm going to start, to be absolutely honest with you. I'll take the side panels off for some more space. Back in there, dust. I'm always interested, one of my favourite things, I don't know why, is to check what processors are in them. I like the processors. Eventually we will strip them all down, most likely for gold recovery, but right now we've got a nice little collection building up in our processor box, haven't we? So let's get these Molexes unplugged. I knew I should have worn gloves for this. I'm just ringing now. Right, so it's like spaghetti junction in here. 4-pin. That's a shame, there's no gold in that one, but there will be a gold finger in that one. And that one's just a ribbon connector. So, I was hoping for a few cards in there with gold fingers, but not my day for those, obviously. Let's get these cables out of the way. So on the back here, these are in the small screws. Get them out of the way. These cables again, we'll get the gold pins out, we'll keep them in our little gold pin jar. Cables are in the cable bin. They'll all go for gold recovery. I think Jamie's looking up the board make earlier. It's a, definitely, I was right, it's a gigabyte board. The blue ones usually are, to my knowledge. So it's a GA. It's actually, I think it's the same as the one we got, isn't it? You better go and check. So that means we've now got two again. Because we did have two, folks. We had two nice gigabyte boards. And one went US. But we've got one still working. This is a gigabyte GA B75M Delta 3 Hotel. So Jamie's looking up the spec just now. I'm sure he'll tell us. You said hello to the viewers yet, no?
Yeah.
Give him a wave. I think that's going to start becoming Jamie's thing, waving the camera and staying, keeping his face off of it.
Don't say face for radio.
Yeah, we don't want to scare the viewers, do we?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. So I usually do this later, but I'm just going to do it just now. So keep the metal on a nice little pile, so may as well keep it going as we're going. Now, if anybody's watched the GPU rebuild that we've done, I think it was a gigabyte GPU. It was missing one of these little screws there. We've got plenty of those again. We'll keep those. More metal. That's that little R323. Now it's got one of those tiny little gold crystal oscillators on there, so we'll definitely get that off. We'll get that flat pack off. There is some people that collect these monolithic capacitors. We've got a small bag of them starting to build up, but it's too much time going through them and checking which ones are ferrous and non-ferrous. I mean, look at the E-Waste Ben's video. He done a recent one on how he separates all his e-waste, and he done one on all those little monolithics and stuff. To go to that effort, great if you've got the time. We simply don't have the time. So if they're big, we'll take them. If they're small, we'll just leave them on. It depends on the size, really. And of course, we'll get any gold pins off that little bit as well. So get that to the side. Let's get rid of some of these cables again. Let's get these sat ones out of the way. Go. Nice, decent sized SATA cable. Again, these are coming handy for us as a non-profit, of course. All components cost money, as you can imagine. Looks like someone's done their own little wiring job on this with some fuses. Look, lovely. So I wonder if it's needed repaired, or someone's just put two fuses on there to stop them shorting out for some reason.
Maybe the reason why it's not working.
It might be the reason why it's fused out, yeah.
So do you want to know the spec now? Or
yeah, well then tell us the spec before we keep doing this. I'll keep doing this, you tell me the spec.
Okay, so it's a Intel Pentium. Can't really tell exactly which one
We'll
yet.
find out in a minute, yeah.
Because it's actually not listed.
It's these ones I hate as well.
Yep,
See these folks, see these plastic rivets going here for the heat sinks? I hate them. I can't stand them.
It's an LGA 1155 socket H2 motherboard. It has clearly 4 RAM slots, DD3. It can take a crazy 32 gig of RAM, and it's got every connector.
I would expect that being retail though.
Yeah.
The memory.
But it only had one 4 gig on it, so.
So we've got nice little fan cables here. They'll come in handy.
Power supply ATX. And it came originally with either Windows 7 or Windows XP. But this one clearly has been upgraded to Windows 8.
Right guys, what I'll do is try and take that power out first. I'm just eating dust here, folks. So, what processors can I go up to? You're saying it's a Pentium, I thought you said there, wasn't it?
No, it says Intel Celeron, Intel Pentium processor as it's equipped with.
So I wonder what it can go up to.
But it doesn't actually give a list of what processors actually are fitted.
And what model gigabyte board do we got over there? The one that's...
Can't remember.
Looks a lot similar, I know. I'm not saying that because they're both blue.
I really wish I could zoom this camera in far enough so you could see these two back plates, people. As you see them at the dust that's built up on them. Yikes.
Well, just while I've got muscles in it.
Nope, can't see it.
It's as high as I can lift it without knocking over the tripod. So I want to rub my eyes now because I've got dust in them, and I've got dirt all over my hand. I knew I should have worn my gloves before I'd done this. Lesson learned.
Yep.
These back plates off as well, so we get more space in to get to the power supply. Now I know from recent experience, well, I say recent, it was actually 2020, on lockdown we scrapped a lot of these up, and we actually refurbished a few, and we had some that was actually still working, and we sold them to a company down in Newcastle on our eBay page, and he snapped them right up, paid over 100 quid each for them, and he was even asking if we've got power supplies and other bits and bobs from them, so we know there's a market for these parts. Okay, there's definitely a good market for these parts, so they'll definitely sell on as well, help us raise funds. Okay, so, oh, choking. Right, let's see what, this has been glued in place. I have to just get that glue a little nodule off it.
There's actually quite a number of compatible processors with this. Right from i3 second and third gen up to i7. So yeah, it's...
Well, this PCI card has been glued in place.
Well, that's not good.
I know, I don't agree with gluing them. They'll sit in place if you just put them properly.
Yeah.
Why glue them in place?
Unless you're broken.
No, it's definitely not broken. But see, gold fingers, so we'll cut those gold fingers off, definitely. You can hear that. See, I have a screwdriver on it. And that's the phone socket one. It's got a oscillator there, flat pack, gold pins in there obviously. There's gold on the board as well. So that once we get this off and they cut the fingers off and definger it, it'll actually go into the. We've got a box full of a 50-litre tub full of gold boards and gold plated boards, which we're going to break down and melt down when we get the acid in. So I'll keep the board as well. I'll put the sticker for you.
And despite how new this computer kind of is, having a dial-up card, that's quite something.
Oh!
Not even an Ethernet card, a dial-up card.
Going on internet speeds in Aberdeen lately. I need it.
Yeah.
A dial up will be faster. There you go, plastic. Get rid of this little button board here. Interface. I've still got this screen to get to as well. Touch screen. I'm lined up stripping the screen down because I know it's knackered, so the screen will get stripped down. May as well, we've got another 30 monitors to do today. That's just low grade cable, cut the ends off. That's where it goes on the board for power, reset, all the HDD LEDs and stuff like that. Just like you do I was about to say laptop, but desktop. I'm really tired, guys. It has honestly been a long few months, not day. So we'll get that low grade sorted out. Get some clips. Okay, we'll check what processor and stuff it is in a second. It's another. I like the cable ties, these guys, don't they? Right, all this wired. Another 2 cable ties keeping everything together here. Cut the wires because again, we want to try and move this power supply onto someone else so another user can utilise it and we get something for it. So I definitely don't want to be snapping the cables or cutting the cables off. It's not easy to do that considering my hand's still knackered. Actually, whoever put this in place, whether it was a company or someone else been in here upgrading it, they're a little bit overkill with the cable ties. Okay, really overkill. So as you can see, I mean, they've actually cable tied the Molexes together. Now I've never seen them come apart on their own in all my time. I've never seen anybody having the cable tied them together like that. So that's Molex to fan connectors. We actually use those quite a lot when we're refurbishing old computers. Molex, 4 pin. So that'll come in handy. There you go. separate so we don't lose it. Keep the fans separate, keep them separate. Right, screw here. Now, I can't actually see. Power cap's held in here and held in with the aluminium tape. I don't like to pull it out now. Yeah. Must come. It's just not fully on. There we go. And all these cables in here as well. And one. That's it. That plastic's quite sharp. So I'm just going to give this a go. The state of that, guys. Look at that. There's one of them choking on dust. So another white cable. Try again. Maybe we've ever done this with stocks and shares in the cable tie company. But whoever it is, they really like them. Some cables up here. What I want is just a power supply and these extra add-ons because they're just not needed. Take that one off as well. That goes in the 100 odd or so we've got upstairs. And there we go, one power supply, 300 watt, okay, 300 watt DC output power supply. You got your main connectors here, and as I said, I've never seen these put together like that before. They've both been fused for some reason. Maybe it's needed for this type of till, I don't know. But I've never came across it, so I don't know. I've never seen anybody fuse those two, the grey and blue wire before. Unless there was an issue and that's what was coming back and then fuse it in case it kicked out again. Okay, we've got 4-pin Molex there. So again, easy to connect this. You just put your Molex to SATA connectors on there, so you get more SATA connections. Happy days. You can connect that 3-way splitter to that and then add SATA to it. There's only one SATA on there, so it's easy enough to use. So again, we are due to do an eBay video soon, and let you know the prices we found for all these components we've got and what we've got up for sale. We will probably get that done Sunday maybe, or some night next week. Jessica's officially on maternity leave, guys, so the baby's due soon, so that means I am trying to do as much late nights in here doing videos and catching up with things as I can before I go on maternity leave as well. And then Jamie's stuck on his own. Then he might force himself to go on camera and do a video rather than me doing it. There you go, buddy.
You may just see my hands, not my face.
You'll hear his voice though. Right. I'm going to hand this off to Jamie with the pliers. There you go, knock yourself out, get rid of those cable ties. And this is the USB 3. So if somebody's put their own little positive solution sticker on there, it's got the steel cache over there, steel caddy. So there you go. We'll get something like that. That'll go for sale as well. USB 3 super speed dock. Come in handy. Even tell you what we can do as well. See if you've got a computer with a black front and you've got space for one of these, or you got a slot, you just want to put something in, you want 2 extra USB 3s, and you think, oh, that's white and it's messy, it'll make my computer look stand out. Just a little bit of black spray paint, slip it in. Done it before several times, people loved it and it's worked. And it's actually helped computers sell as well. Just a slight spray, if you're good at spraying, a little bit of black spray paint and you're good to go. I'm just passing all these off to Jamie, guys. So see these little cables here? That one will get cut, bin. This one with the gold connectors inside, we'll cut it, and that'll just go into, we've got a box full of those ready for melting down as well, and the cable just go into the very low grade cable bin. Okay, all these little ones here. You see these little ones here with these little 2. That's exactly what I was looking for rewiring a GPU. I was doing a GPU video the other day, a reconditioned video, a GPU we're using for the game we're building, and a Vostra we're building, and someone jerry rigged it. Someone done their own wiring job on it, and I noticed it when I took it apart, when we went to put it back together, I struggled to get everything in where it needs to be, so I'm actually going to rewire it. And to be honest, that I've got one anyway. I've looked one out of the garage, but that is what we're going to do. Yeah, red and black wire, splice them together, get a new connector, connect them in, job done. It saves a lot of space in the GPU, less wirage, and it's tidier. So we'll keep that spare in case we ever have to do another one. If you watch the GPU video, you'll see what I mean. Okay. Right. What we got? We've got the fans at this side, the motherboard in the middle, so I'm going to take the motherboard out next. What a mess.
And then we got the Hoover out.
I'll use one of these. Actually, I'm going to take this off. I want to see what processor in it. That's my favourite bit, isn't it? Checking the processor.
Yeah.
So, I can find the right screwdriver bit. That'll do. We got loads of tools in this office, guys, but they've just went all went AWOL.
Blame on Casper.
Yeah, this place definitely has a ghost. I was holding my diary earlier on, and the pencil one hand diary another, and then 2 minutes later my diary's gone. Can't even remember leaving my hand, it was folded up in my bag. Wasn't me to put in there. Right. There you go. How long were we looking for that exact heatsink for the last gamer?
3 months.
Yeah, because we couldn't find one that fitted the right low profile to fit the heatsink, because we'd done the last gamer without a water cooler on it. It was just too much money for us to spend on it, so we were trying to find a stock cooler for it, and that's the actual one we were looking for. Finally found one on eBay. There you go. So I'm a mess anyway, so it's rock solid and stuff. Now, take a guess.
I'll say it's a Pentium.
It's a G2030, so we use that in quite a lot of our low grade servers, don't we? G2030, we've used it in a lot of the older DDR2 rebuilds we've done, upgrading it from the lower spec Pentiums, so it's actually quite a good one. Yeah, 3 gigahertz. So that's quite a good. It's not a great CPU, but for what we do, it's actually quite good. Now we'll just put that back down. In fact, give me here. Put it back in. Don't want that chipset getting damaged, do we? Put it back in until it's all hoovered and clean. Because as I said, we know the board's working, don't we?
Yeah.
So that board will go into a computer, and we'll get it rebuilt. Depending which this one or the one we've already got, depending which one takes the best CPU, will determine which one goes into that Green Hornet case. Now when I say the Green Hornet case, people automatically think Green Hornet Potato. That's not what I'm on about. It's a MSI Tech Green Hornet case, yeah? If I remember right. That's not going to shift. This bit's not going to shift, okay? So it's all riveted onto the steel plate for the screen. So I have to take the board out and then get everything, all the fans out separately, then work on the casing on the screen. The thing is, there's so much dust I can't even see where the screws are. Look at this, guys, so you can see this on camera. Yeah, it's all over Jamie now, he's standing in front of me. Sorry, dude. There you go, you have fun cleaning that. You can just probably hoover most of it.
Yikes.
I didn't see there's two SATA ports on the end of it as well, next to the power port. Look. They're actually, I've never seen them like that before. Let's show the camera.
Yeah, the gamer board's got.
I didn't see them. That's the first time I've seen them. The ones, actually, they're usually flat, like them. First time I've seen them popping out the side like that.
Yeah, you can have it on either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen it, just not clocked it. Most likely you will. Right, we need to get this plastic cover off so we get everything else off the line. And get hoover. And then we'll start cleaning up. Well, actually, may as well do a video on this. The wire start down as well. So much monitors, I think the time actually. There's one right in there. Actually, no, there isn't. Touch the screen, so right. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Undo the screen here, guys. Touch screen. This is a slightly different texture composition from a normal computer. Like a normal TFT screen or LED or LCD screen with monitors. So that digitizer over the top. Touch screen. So that few of these working from the ones shot down in the garage actually. But they're all different sizes. So they're all different. That's one thing I did check. It's slightly smaller and longer. More updated system. So we've got a board we can use. We've got one gold finger we can use. Cables we can use. We've got gold pins. Are you going to use that, SDM? Or am I going to cut the gold off? I'm going to use it. So there you go, guys. We've got a reusable RAM as well. There's one. There's another one. Dust upon dust. I just stated that. Makes me think what happens to that breathing. Yeah. Right. As you see, guys, there's not much left of the speakers. Now, these are actually nice little speakers. We'll keep these. There is some desktops refurbished. It's got the speaker adapter on the board, but we never find speakers small enough or big enough. Sometimes you get the round ones that clip on the front of the case, but these ones, you just got a little bit of room, stick them in front, stick them somewhere, so the desktop can get a little bit of volume. It makes all the difference when you're doing these secure builds or refurbishing an old computer. So these come in really handy. It's just a little cube connector on it, cube connector. So we do actually keep those. I don't really keep speakers of TVs and stuff. I keep a penny, but because we're doing such amount of refurbishments and stuff, they do come in handy for us. Especially on computers. A lot of the ones we get in like office computers, HPs, 3450s and stuff like that, HP Pros and Pro Desks. A lot of them have the motherboard clip for the speaker, but not the actual speaker. So it does help. There we go. Some little hand. A tantalum capacitor, nice gold pins on there, lots of gold on the board. Small, but a good board. We'll keep that for the gold recovery, get tantalum off it. Keep tantalum capacitors and gold on the back. Okay, and the gold fingers right there. So we'll keep that. Small, but it's something. Better than nothing, isn't it? This little one here's got a crystal oscillator on there. It's got a IC chip and normal capacitors, which is no use to us. But we'll take the crystal oscillator off it, and we'll take the little IC off it. So that'll become handy as well. What else we got here? We've got a speaker. Obviously we'll keep that instead of wood. Isn't it? Okay. Okay. So here, one of the capacitors on there, guys. Nothing to hold back. Jump. Okay, pass it down. So as I said, these fans here, we won't do much with them. We'll take the copper cord out of them. And just unwind the copper from the reel. Stick it in the outlet. And then the rest is a strap. Right? It's just a strap. And then, okay. So keep the copper in these fans. People do together. You're just almost like almost like a video on TikTok, and we just went in for unwinding the copper off of one of these. A few of these reels inside these fans so people can see it. So you'll see what I mean. If you want to get videos of, guys, just check out our other videos. Inside these fans, okay, just snap on the plier, that's what we do, or pull that side off, pull it off, and you just snip the things off as well, make it easy to handle, and then inside there you can actually see you've got your copper reel, okay, some aluminium, some copper, some just copper, some just aluminium, it depends, but either or, you get enough of these and you've got the time, I've got time at night, so at night times I'm sitting there pulling gold pins with RG 1145 plugs or whatever it might be, or I'm unreeling copper from these, it's actually quite therapeutic, yeah, and we know from when people have watched it, other operators have got, they love watching it now, they just seem to love watching copper getting unwound from empty reels, so fine, each to their own, if it gets keep people happy, it gets us all down happy, sit there, a coffee on standby, unreeling copper off a reel, it'll take you 10 minutes, yeah, only takes you 10 minutes. No, that's why the screen is so heavy, it's thick and steel. No aluminum steel casing off there. It's bells, rooms, time on that. I guess that covers the wrong side of it, I don't think I'll keep that. 6. Just past 6 is what it's for. Okay. So I might be on 6 or 7. We'll do one more video. And we'll here's that speaker. So maybe we can check that. And one more three for fans, guys. I'm going to strip these down for copper. Again, cut that and we'll keep a few of these just in case we need to rewire things and splice them. Just in case. Look at the bottom. I won't just go straight to the cable bin. That's too skinny, we'll get rid of that. Okay, thanks. So fans screws come in handy, here we go. There's brass mounts here as well that come in handy for when you have the motherboard in the case, is that ready? Now yeah, the brass. I'm using the brass, but guys, I don't think something this size is going to make a difference in my brass then. Not when we can use it on a board or a computer. Okay? Tiny little brass screws. Okay? It's not going to make a drop the call and put it on the glass over now. A lot of crystal. Okay, so it'll probably not be for anything else I've built up. So we do keep those and screw them. We'll actually go through the screw them. We'll go through it and we will sort out the screws and categorize them. Any of them I'll keep in, any of them I'll keep in. Ones are not keeping in, the ones are keeping open, especially little pots. Helps us do our jobs. There's another little brass mounts. Comes in handy. Okay. Small fan. Why? Yeah, again, there's copper coil in there as well, so there's one. Okay, let's screws here. That one's keep those in there. There's no point taking it off, because this one's screwed in. That's the motherboard. Right, get this off the screen. This wasn't easy, though. It should be a guy's job. Not off the show. That's it, Williamson. Sharp here. Safety first. Now, we'll strip the screen, so there's a gold board, and here's a gold plate board in here, as there is with every monitor. So we'll definitely start getting this now. There's always gold pins on these as well, guys, as you can see there. Okay, there's gold pins on there. Okay, and this side, that'll just be normal, not much there, so we'll just snip it. Cable pin, keep the gold. Okay, so something else we do that. Ribbon cable. Pull off a minute, right now this is on the shift. Tiny little screws, silver screws here. Great for when you're rebuilding laptops. There's Jamie's now fed up when you see laptop this week. Last week he refurbished for 12 today. I think that's a record for you, especially for us in here. Definitely like it. Okay, sharp. There's a board I'm telling you guys about. Now, this is something to put in for gold coverage, so just rip it. Okay, as you can see, same as the ones I've shown you before in other videos, TVs and guys working. Lots of gold plate on there. Okay, a few oil effects, maybe a tantalum flat pack, that's about it, okay? There might be some gold. Safety first. Now, we'll strip the screen, so there's a gold board and here's a gold plate board in here, as there is with every monitor. So we'll definitely start getting into this now. There's always gold pins on these as well, guys, as you can see there. Okay, there's gold pins on there. Okay, and this side, it'll just be normal, not much there, so we'll snip it. Cable pin, keep the gold. Okay, so something else we do that. Ribbon cable. Pull off a minute, right now this is on the shift. Tiny little screws, silver screws here. Great for when you're rebuilding laptops. There's Jamie's now fed up when you see laptop this week. Last week he refurbished for 12 today. I think that's a record for you, especially for us in here. Definitely like it. Okay, sharp. There's a board I'm telling you guys about. Now, this is something to put in for gold coverage, so just rip it. Okay, as you can see, same as the ones I've shown you before in other videos, TVs and guys working. Lots of gold plate on there. tempered glass here as well, so be careful don't push that just now. Glass in the way. Make glass for her. We've got a little glass today, but not tonight, hopefully. Screws, metal. I think the glass is bonded to screws as well, so it might make it a bit easier to handle. Something like that. Right. Is this going to fit? No, it's not going to fit. I'm going to need a laptop to wear, please. Or laptop screwdrivers, tiny ones. So, little kit here, guys. Yeah, big guys. They find like 2 die width. I'm sure that'll fit. Sure. If not, there's always choose one. Nope. I tried and it failed. I'm too old to see these now. These are so you agree. That's a little failed. Friend me from age. I'm not old. I know. Probably good one. So far. Probably good one. You went a bit over anyway. Hey, there was one time I came on. Not around here. Yeah, hard. Wasn't always old, man. You're old. Says the man who went through the process apparently. Not really shy guys, there's no little practice to check out the lens. Pretty much. Someday. Right. This is where I feel like it all comes apart. Get rid of this first. Snap it on again. I'll stop that, double side. So, okay, come here. Maybe then. Yeah, what I'll do. Just do a little bit of an awkward one. Let's take this small one over here, some of the side ones out. There we go. Right, that metal is bonded to that glass, guys. The last thing I'm doing here is going to start starting to pieces and have to go clean it up, so nice and gentle. Whatever that we are. Okay. Now, hard broken screen here a little bit, trying to separate it again, it's knackered anyway. So it's nothing but see, you can see the cracks, scratches and stuff on it, so. Okay, get rid of that. Now, here's a bit to come really fast. We could with this, if you wanted, make a light work, but when we do a project and stuff, take the metal off, take the plastic covers off, and get polarizer film. People love buying polarizer film for a project. But it doesn't look that much for that for sale, it's a bit big. Yeah, we'll dispose of it all over the day. I'm going to get this off. So we'll keep that as a workboard. And then all that for is the rest of the all which is now exploded. Okay, this one here. Just okay. 2 balls, and that's the last one now, guys. 1 touchscreen, point and seal kill.
Done. Okay, we've got a motherboard, we've got a power pack, we've got DDR SD RAM, we've got a couple of little bits of gold, cables and copper. All in all, not too bad. And we've got a USB 3 port, a SATA hard drive, and a DVR writer as well to boot, which we've got about 50 or 60 of them to test to put on eBay. Yeah, is that on? Mm-hmm. So guys, that's it done. We're going to go and clean this to clean up. We can also use these as well, again, on the gamer we're going to build, the old gamer.
Yeah.
So that's it, we're going to clean these up and we're going to go and get cracked on with the next video. Well, at least start it, we'll probably finish it tomorrow. But we've got a lot of screens to scrap down, guys, so I think Jamie might actually work just off camera and help me scrap them down. Hopefully, you can go to that table. Yeah, you might just see a little bit of camera. But thanks for watching. If you managed to watch all the way through this video, guys, it's appreciated. Okay, thanks for taking the time. Thanks for supporting Destiny. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share, and tune in to our next videos, guys. Okay, and if you want to get in touch, comment. All comments are always good. See you later now.